Well, 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 welcome for another week of the Palms Up Show. And that's right. We got our friend, Mr. Pastor Stephen Turner in the house. And before we even throw it over to Pastor Turner, I want to acknowledge my beautiful queen and my beautiful co-host. Hey, Palms Up, dear overseer. How are you
Palms up.
this week?
Hey, how are
How's
ya?
it going? Well, we're gonna be challenged this week. We like to think that we funny and amusing, but we got the beautiful and the wonderful Mr. I keep saying Mr. Pastor Stephen Turner from the
Uh-huh.
Elevation Radio One Show. And you know what? I know that he is just gonna take over the platform, so I'm gonna try to get it in while I can. Thumbs up and welcome to you, Darth Vader. How's it going, Darth Vader?
They got a lot of jokes with you. Y'all two should not be together.
We wouldn't have it any other way. I thought you knew. How's it going this week, Pastor Turner?
Oh, it's a busy week as usual.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I tell you, we are. By the time they see this, they're going to know that we had some technology challenges, but we don't ever stop from getting this word out. Thanks so much for stopping by the Palms Up platform. We got so much going on. I want to first bestow an apology or convey an apology to you because we should have had you on this show long before now. Long before now. So thank you for your patience.
Well, I had to remind you that you didn't have me on the show. That's what happened. But it's all right.
Mm-hmm. He not going. He gonna pull out all the cause he not
I see that. I see it. I see it.
The folks didn't have to know that you had to remind me.
I had my layaway ticket with a number on it. I was looking at the number. How long I gotta wait? My God.
This hour is gonna get away from us, and it's gonna go so fast because you got so much to do. Hey guys, palms up out there, and thank you so much for rocking with the Palms Up Show. I tell you, at the end of this year, it'll be 3 years we've been doing this, and we love every minute of it. Seems like we just started. If you're just joining us, we have a beautiful, beautiful guest with us this evening. You know, beautiful's my word because everyone's beautiful and mental health matters. Now that we got that out the way,
Right.
We've got Pastor Stephen Turner. What say you, sir? What say you?
I say I'm glad to be here, and the Lord is good. And
yes, He is.
Yeah,
did you bring a scripture with you? Look, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Did you happen to bring a scripture with you? You know,
I didn't bring one in my hand. I got one in my heart.
All right. Will you let us in on the one in your heart?
It's my favorite, Psalms 91. It says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty." And I find I have to keep going under the shadow because folk are trying to get to me. They're trying to cut me, and especially your co-host.
You know she from Ward 8. You got to watch us women from Ward 8. You don't turn your back on us, or you better not close your eyes. Speaking of beautiful women,
I saw the new hairstyle. I know I was in trouble.
Is he going for
he going there already? He's going there already.
I haven't even set it up yet to let the fine folks know that not only are you a pastor, you a funny pastor. Depending on which day of the week, I'm just kidding. Palms up. Pastor Turner has thrown his hat in the ring, and we had the pleasure of going up to see him perform for the first time. And I imagine when you're a pro such as him at engaging people and keeping conversation going and keeping things light, I imagine that you'd be a pro just as he is at any profession that he tries. He's also the money man. I say the money man because he's out there pounding the pavement. If you haven't seen his Facebook ads or gotten the emails or the 4 a.m. text that say you have an opportunity. You have an opportunity.
That was wrong. That's okay.
What is it? Advertise for the Newsome Gospel Awards. Why don't you talk to us a little bit about Pastor Turner? I'm going to turn it over to you. I just wanted to give our fine folk time enough to get in place, but you are a man of many hats. Where do we begin with your funny career, your comedy career, the fact that you are praising the Lord, whether you're telling jokes or not, which is very admirable, or the fact that you are the money man on the street making it happen, not only for the Newsome Gospel Awards, but also for the Capital City Emergency Level 2 Trauma and Wellness Center. Who has an anniversary coming up. But never mind that, Pastor Turner. Talk to us. Welcome. What's going on in the world of Pastor Turner and Mr. Funny Man?
Okay, I have to correct that because we have to be politically sensitive today. I'm a Christian comedian.
Oh, thank
not
you.
A funny man.
Thank you. Well, you know, we want to claim that we're woke out there. So palms up. A Christian comedian. All right.
I don't want to be mistaken because it's all man here.
Christian. Well, tell us what's different from it since you went there. What's different from a Christian comedian and a good old-fashioned comedian?
Well, I learned the hard way when I invited the pastor of the church I was playing for, that they cuss every other word as clean comedy. And I felt so bad, I thought I was going to be thrown out of the church. They were like, it's okay, as long as I don't do it, you know. So I'm doing Christian comedy in thug clubs and stuff, you know.
Well, give us a little snippet of that. You know, we couldn't have you on this platform without asking you to tell us a few jokes. You know, we always want to test the funny.
Okay, well, you know, I was just thinking, just the other day I was in the dollar store, and you know, to go and get some things on sale. And so what I was confused about was that there were quite a few items that were over $1. And I didn't understand it. That's false advertising. So I came back to try to talk to, you know, the manager. I got some items. And then I stood in the line. This is what really just upsets me. I'm standing in the line. The cashier sees me. And then she says, because I'm next, she says, oh, this line is closed. I said, when did it get closed? You just decided to tell me that now? You saw me standing here. Well, you didn't see the light not on? No, I'm half blind. I didn't see the light on, okay? God. Should it be flashing? Should it be speaking? Lane 3 is closed. Then we can understand that. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Baltimore City Public Schools. We don't get much education.
Oh, now palms up to that. You just said a mouthful, and I'm gonna leave it alone.
You know how I do with my programs. I don't spare nothing.
I know. You give it to us straight. Well, you know what's interesting is that I can't imagine how people in the audience who go to see you for the first time must feel when they say, "Oh, he's a comedian, he's a pastor." Because you know, some people feel like they got to have cussing in their comedy for it to be funny. So you really got the deck stacked against you to be funny.
Yeah, well, I have had hardcore comedians. They were actually, you know, start, you know, cussing. They would say, "Oh my God, I forgot the pastor." So, we're going to hell. So, but on a serious note, I was in the house and just in my office, just thinking. I said, should I sit here and be depressed since I lost my wife, or should I do something? And so I was invited out to the comedy show, and then I thought about it. I did comedy before. Let me try. Maybe I can try again. And I talked to Ricky Shackelford, the godfather of comedy in Baltimore. And when I talked to him, he was so, I guess, happy that I was thinking about coming back. He just put me right on the program and didn't tell me, you know, he said, okay, we'll just put you on for January 18th. And I'm like, oh, I didn't ask to be on the program. I just was asking about the program. Okay, so you can't do that nowadays.
Well, you know what, you're a pro at it. I tell you what, and you mentioned your beautiful Leora. God bless her. I see some of your posts when they come through, and I wonder, my goodness, what is he going to do with himself? Because you know us women, us boss women, we don't think you guys can do anything without us. How are you doing and getting along? For those of you, before you answer that, I'm sorry. For those of you all who don't know, our dear Pastor Turner is the other half, his better half, has since gone to earn her wings, and she's watching over us. Leora was the daughter of Fannie Lou Hamer, and Fannie Lou, she's technically the niece, but the daughter, all the same if you know the story. Fannie Lou Hamer is one of our civil rights activists, and if you guys don't know, you need to Google and learn your history. How are you doing? And God bless you, dear Leora.
Well, I take it at 1 hour at a time, because we were married together for 17 years. So got to the place where we would dress alike. We were always together. If I wasn't with her, somebody would say, "Oh my God, ooh, where's your wife at?" And I'm like, "Well, she's at work. I'm gonna tell her." You know, at one of the malls. they're gonna rat me out. So I said, I ain't scared. So as soon as I came back in there with her, he's like, I saw him without you. She's like, well, yeah, he can't be with me everywhere I go. And so, but that's how we're like thing one and thing two.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah. And I tell you, she's a wonderful spirit. So I can't imagine all the wonderful memories you must lay back and think of. 17 years is a long time. So you jumped up there on the stage, decided you would tell comedy because you wanted to kind of pass those lonely evenings. How'd that first show go? In all seriousness, how did you feel once you got up there, and then once you came down and realized you had done a thing?
Well, I wanted to also be true to my calling because pastor. So I did when I started. I told Ricky, I said, when I get up there, I'm gonna come on a gospel song, which kind of mystified people. They were looking like, what in the world? Did we come into a church by accident? So, and I came into my favorite artist, John P. Key. I'm coming out. I'm coming out. I'm coming out. All right. Okay. And so then I said, and so Ricky was supposed to say, that's what he did. He says, Steve, you're not in church. And then I looked around. I said, "Oh, excuse me." I said, "I get excited because I'm a pastor. When I see a lot of people, I'm thinking I'm supposed to preach." I'm sorry about everybody. Okay, clap your hands.
You are clearly throwing yourself in the line of fire because there's some folks out here, looking at these headlines and overseeing. You have to help me on this one. Looking at these headlines and all this freedom fighting we doing, we said the last thing we need is a funny pastor. How about we could just get a pastor that come outside that pulpit and take care of some folks? So how do you balance the two? Because you got some haters out here. I'm just going, your good friend Rhonda ain't gonna steer you wrong.
Okay, all right. I'm prepared. Okay, so what I'm saying, I was always out in the street anyway. And even when I was in my adulthood, my mother told me you got a curfew. Mary here put a curfew. She told me I had a curfew. I said, but I'm 35. She said, still, ain't nothing out there at 2 a.m. but something to get you in trouble. So you bring your backside in here. One time she locked the door on me, actually locked the door. And it was like a February night. And it was cold and freezing. And I went up to the phone booth and I called her. I said, Mama, oh man, I love you. Listen, I was trying to, play games. I said, listen, you made a mistake by accident. You accidentally chained the door and locked it. She said, no accident. She said, what time is it? I said, I was trying to push time back. It was actually 2:15. I said, it's like one. She said, where were you at? Wherever you were at, go back there. And she slammed the phone down. I couldn't go back there because there I was with somebody I ain't supposed to be with. And she was trying to get me to do stuff I wasn't supposed to do. And so she got mad because I didn't want to do it. So she threw me out. So it was just bad. I stayed in my car and slept. I woke up with icicle on my nose. But it's all right. But I'm used to the street because I used to be a police officer. So I'm used to the street. And I use comedy when I used to do police work. By one time,
I bet that helped out a lot.
Yeah, one time I pulled up 3 guys coming out of Pennsylvania Avenue. It's a very bad area. That's where Freddie Gray and all that area. And so I pulled 3 guys up, and I pulled the gun on them. They can't hold it against me now because I ain't no longer a police officer. But I pulled the gun and said, "Get on my car right there. Get on my car right now." And so they got on the car, and so I realized that I was outnumbered. So one guy was tall, and I stopped patting him down. I felt his stomach. I said, "My God, what's going on with you?" He said, "What you mean? You got a new girlfriend or something?" He said, well, I said, "She's feeding you really good. Get on out of here. You all right?" And I got to the next guy. I said, I pat him down. I said, "What you dating her? She got a sister. She feed you too. And y'all get on out of here." Then I got to the guy that I wanted. I made him pay. I said, "Where you where you live at?" "I live in the county." I said, "What the heck are you doing in my side of town? I own these streets because the governor and the mayor gave it to me, and I'm running it. You got to pay a toll to walk through here." So I'm gonna stop there because if I say anything else, somebody might be in trouble.
No, so what I think I hear you saying is that you a legend in those streets up in B-more. What I think I hear you saying is that you used to be the Popo.
They gave me a nickname. They called me Pitbull.
I already know what that must mean.
Short and mean. But,
not you.
Oh yeah, I use my baby face to get things done. because folks would take me for granted, and I like that.
Well, you know what? You have done a good thing. Is you gave me a segue into the next understanding. Yes, you are a pit bull, and yes, you earned that name honestly. This man will go out on the street for you. I'll tell you, he's a good friend to have. If you got a cause and he believes in you, he's gonna go out and he's gonna go and get $1 or 2 for you because he believes in letting them know. You know, in Baltimore, we don't have no patience. You either in or you out. I done seen him at work. I done seen him at work. So with that said, go ahead.
If you want to give me $1, I'll take it. I'll give you a receipt though.
The people whining and dining us, thinking they selling us as soon as they finish that pitch. Here he come with his here. I want you to take a look at this and take a look at that, and I'll give you a call tomorrow. And they looking like, wait a minute, I thought I was selling you. I said, I don't know what he's doing, but he's on my team. Hey, and come to the conversation, guys. It's your girl. We just hanging out with my guy, my right-hand guy, Pastor Stephen Turner, who's also a Christian comedian, Palms Up. And I tell you, he got his work cut out for him because you know how the pastors are in these streets, And then he up there in Baltimore. Come on, overseer. You got a word this week for Pastor Turner or for our audience?
Oh Lord.
A Christian comedian, huh?
Here we go. Here we go. Now, before you say that, I'm gonna say that you were acting unseemly at the studio where I invited my friend.
What you talking about?
I'm talking about you coming in there talking above yourself and talking out of turn. I said, you gotta wait till the interview starts, miss, ma'am. Where you come from? Who is you?
Hey, I hadn't had my purple pill that day.
I can tell. Making folks laugh and stuff like that. That's not right. I'm a professional journalist. I can't have this kind of stuff.
I tell you what, every time we get together, we can't be having all this fun and not taking care of business. So talk to me about what you're doing over there at the Newsome Awards. I tell you, and what year is this? What how many years have they done it? So many years so far?
35th.
I knew you was gonna say something crazy like that. Palms up to you, King Newsome out there, King Frederick Newsome out there, doing the good thing with the Newsome Awards. And tell us, go ahead, come on.
I am the national sales director, so that anybody wants vending tables, vendor spots, they want sponsorship, or they want tickets. Just got the tickets today. They give me a call at 1-410-302-2737, and we can make it happen for you. Also, we have a whole list of winners, and he put it out on Facebook. Some folks. One person that I had recommended to get into the nomination actually has been chosen, and I had to shout out to Dyra Wolf.
Shout out, palms up to all of the winners, and definitely to, is it a Mrs. or Miss? I didn't hear the first name. Barbara?
Dyra.
Palms up, King. Congratulations. I tell you, I know it's got to feel a wonderful thing to get those awards notifications. I remember what it felt like to get mine, being named Queen, getting a Queen's Award from the Newsome folks, and I hadn't heard of them prior to, so I'm really honored and still honored to be a part of the family. Tell us what it is that the Newsome Awards has represented for you and from your perspective the past 35 years, and help folks understand the beautiful king that's in charge of it, who's a dear friend and colleague of yours.
Okay, I've been dealing with helping the Newsome Awards for 17 years now, and I contacted him because I read something about his awards. I had already been working with him before, but I looked at an award for it said the Founders Award or the Pioneer Award, and I recommended my mother, and because she had never been appreciated in the 46 years where she had a broadcast choir. They never gave her any appreciation. And so I asked him, he said, well, you have to write it up and let the committee look at it. So at the time, I was swamped with paperwork on my desk. And I said, I got to add this to my pile? Okay, well, all right. So I did it. So he gave me the word back that that the committee overwhelmingly selected her. Now, that was the easy part. The hard part was my mother was a a tough, hard-nosed choir leader, drill sergeant, businesswoman. And when she wanted what she wanted, she would ask me about taking my car. She didn't say, I want you, I want to, can you please give me the car? She said, I want your car. I'm going to DC. I'm going to a church event, and I want you to wash it, gas it up, and give it to me. So it was trying to get this type of mentality to go and surprise her, take her to a award show. And so she wanted to go to DC for something else, for another church event. And I said, you can't go, Mama, because he said, why can't I go? Why? You don't tell me, I'll slap you, boy. I said, I'm 45. I don't care how old you are, I'll knock you out. So I said, listen, Mama, I'm trying to take you out because I got you an award for all the work you did and all that. Yeah, you made me tell you. So she's like, oh, and then she went right into another mode. Well, what should I wear?
That's how women are. I tell you, it's hard to please. It's poor Will Smith, him and Jada, they were doing good, and now all the public business in public, and he just can't please her from what it sounds like. Can't make her happy. So I tell you.
Well, first of all, what was he doing sitting with that other woman? He wasn't sitting right with Jada. He was sitting with the actress or whatever, that dark skin lady.
I don't know.
The young thing he was sitting with. What's
going
on with that?
I tell people I don't make enough money to be able to be in their business. That's the way I would keep it honest. Palms up. Hey, Pastor Turner, so let's talk for a minute. I know that you've been in ministry for how long?
Lord have mercy.
That's the answer.
I gotta calculate. I've been ordained twice. You know, that's a bad time.
You've been pretty modest, but you've done quite a bit. You're not just a pastor, you are a musician. I believe you've been with BET. Haven't you? Talk to us a little bit about your journey. Tell the folks who you are. I think I'm having too much fun with you. So, folks, I guess we got to take care of some business. Palms up. Talk to them and let them know who you are, sir.
Okay. Now I want to correct that. I have a friend who works for BET.
Ah, a friend.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You hang out with all the big folks. That's what it is.
Well, kind of. So I'm guilty of that. But I actually started playing music at age 4, and then I played classical music, but they didn't understand what I was doing for about 11 years. But I was in a holiness church, and so the bishop gave me an opportunity to be on the pulpit and play, but they didn't understand what I was doing. So I told my mother I'm going on strike because they don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm wasting my time. And then at some point, she switched me over to gospel music. So I took gospel and voice all at that, in one session. And so eventually, after that time, I was on my mother's choir as a little boy, at about age 4 or 5, singing with all the older ladies. And then I came back to the choir and got my first solo, actually, on the choir. I sang with them for 14 years. It was called the radio.
What's it called?
It was called the Radio Chorus of the First Apostolic Faith Institutional Church. And they sang at Carnegie Hall and some other places. They traveled around the country. But they sang for broadcast every Sunday at 9 p.m. And her dream was to have me play for the choir. So the last 7 years, I ended up playing the piano and then moving on to the organ.
So I was just going to say, you've been a performer. So you're used to performing. So for real, stepping in front of the crowd and doing your comedy is just an extension of what you've already been groomed for, it sounds like.
Well, I'm used to a cold crowd when you do as a minister of music, and you're saying, come on, clap your hands. Don't you love God? And you're listening, looking at you like, like you stole something. I'm like, come on, especially in Pastor Ronald church.
I just thought about it. I don't even know why I'm thinking about jokes. I don't even want to egg you on. But baby, when you said that, made me think about when who's that? Eddie Murphy said that the James Brown band he be just talking and they be like, go ahead, I'm with you.
I don't know if I can say that word, sexual chocolate.
Sexy chocolate.
I know Pastor Rose was all up in it. When he said that,
America.
Yeah, when he said that, Pastor Brown was all up in his screen. Yeah, really? Oh yeah. trying to talk to the character on the screen. It's a movie, man. It's a movie.
Look, we got to keep this going because I haven't even talked about the controversial side of yourself. We came in pretty light talking about the comedy and then, gave you a break. And then we talked about how many years you must have been behind that pulpit and all the wonderful, wonderful work that you've done in performing.
I can
But now let's talk about,
I can preach a little bit now.
You can preach a little bit now. Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit.
I know that the Lord is good because he's working in my life. And I know that he's good to me because he brought me out of darkness and into his marvelous light. Surely the Lord is good. Can somebody say, yeah? Yeah.
Ooh, okay, what key was that in, Pastor? What key was that?
I think that was like a flat. A taha.
Look, this is the part where they say the views that are disclosed by guests to the Palms Up show are not necessarily the views of the Palms Up. I want to apologize for anyone out there that may be praising to Allah and other things and trying to send to those who be wearing your Hanukkah, your Hanukkah, whatever.
Yeah.
Trying to be politically correct and just wrong.
You said a Hanukkah. Give me some corned beef, please.
Exactly. Is that Heineken? What she talk about over there?
Corned beef and on rye.
So come on. Let's segue into this controversial personality of yours because see, those of you that don't know, Pastor Turner follows the issues, and I'm so excited and so honored. We're going to be working together moving forward, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about that and what that looks like. But let's talk about why I'm so excited to have this controversial being on the team. Guys, in a day and age where our legislators and our elected officials are showing more compromisation than ever, they are not being accountable. You know me, you know my fight, you know I'm about the citizens and I'm about calling them out. Well, we've got a freedom fighter on the phone here, and on the Zoom here, and I imagine you know this because how else do you marry the daughter of a freedom fighter unless you fit the mold? So talk to me about the issues up in Baltimore and some of the run-ins you've had. I heard you telling some stories to us about some of the legislative folks that weren't so happy with you. You want to share?
Oh, well, they're not happy with me every week on my program, Elevation Radio 1. We talk about
what's the name of that show? Hold on, what's the name of that show?
Elevation Radio 1.
All right.
It's a Christian podcast, but we deal with all forms of facets of life. And so if I don't like something, I'm going to talk about it. And so I don't like how the mayor, the little boy that would be king, is expressing himself and talking smart to people and lying and being arrogant. Or the city council, who they spend more. These are career politicians who, if I had a broom and it could be motorized, I would go and just actually wipe them all out because they need to be fired. Okay.
Yeah.
I tell you, one time I said my granddaughter at the time could do a better job than this mayor, and she was only 4.
Looks like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was on my program. I interviewed him before he became mayor, and if anyone had listened to the program, they would have never voted for him because he didn't have. I asked him, I said, "Where's your church home?" And he says, "Well, I'm between churches right now." I said, "Well, we all have been there. How long have you been there?" So it's been a while. Okay, well, that's one flag. Number two is that he has a connection with the former mayor and governor, the Irish leprechaun, which is Martin O'Malley. And so I said, the streets say, I got him, I slid it by him. I said, the streets say that you are beholding to Martin O'Malley. You have to do what he says. Is that true? And you can hear him kind of clear his throat. And then what he was really saying was, I know that Negro didn't just ask me.
That's exactly what he was saying. Did he? Yeah. What's the name of your mayor up there for those who don't know in Baltimore?
It is baby Brandon Scott.
And tell me this: when is the next election up in Baltimore?
Next year, 2000, I'm sorry, 2004.
2024. Wow. So you guys are getting ready to elect someone else. You think he's going to fare well, or how's his competition look?
He told Mackenzie Frost, one of the greatest reporters and investigative reporters, that wants the truth out of him, that he's going to win he's running for re-election, and he's going to win. And I said to myself, nobody want that. I can't say what I said. Nobody want that dude, Juliet, whatever, in that office again, because he's here to destroy the city. That's what I prophesied when after he was on the program, and he's doing just that.
Well, let's talk about it. Are your folks up there in Baltimore voting?
I wonder sometimes, are they brain dead or something? We keep voting for the same people doing the same dumb stuff. I don't understand. And they're gonna complain about it. Don't complain. Don't vote for the same thing.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And then I say the same thing for folks that are complaining and not voting. Like, what you complaining about? You won't even show up and make the sacrifice to even be a part of the process. Palms up. So Elevation Radio 1, what was the motivation behind starting that, and how long has it been on the air?
I'm going to actually answer in reverse because I'm dyslexic. So it's been on the air since 2018. And
2018, okay.
Yeah, and one of my friends, a journalist, Sir David Murphy of the National Unity News, which I write for as a national editor from time to time, said that you should actually have a podcast. So I was so kind of slow at that time. I said, Dave, sir, Uncle Dave, what is a podcast? And he had to explain to me. But then here's the really part. I was so busy I didn't know that I had already been on one in 2008 with Dr. Lynn Pender of the Christian Office on Tour. I have been helping her as a co-host for every fifth Friday since 2009. So when you get too busy, it's one of those things. It's but I also have a business also on Praise Unlimited Ministries, which was started in 1994. It was divinely inspired. I get visions, and and so it was basically to be a substitute, since I was constantly being called. As my mother told me, you get a big head when people call you to try to play, but if they call you the day before, the day of, son, it's because you weren't their first choice. You were their last choice. my head was like, so it fizzled like a balloon. So God decided, got to help him.
That's funny.
I got to help him. So he gave me a business idea that if you're going to call me the last minute, you're going to pay for it.
That's what. That's right. That's right. So praise. What is it called? Praise
Unlimited Ministries. I played for many funerals, weddings, special events, and things of this nature, in the day of, the day before, the week of, and all that stuff. So it's been a blessing to a lot of people when other musicians overbook themselves or just are unreliable.
Yes. And I tell you, you are a man. I told you guys, palms up. He's a man that wears a lot of hats, so we had to dedicate the whole hour to him. And everybody's timing is different, so we have to give him time to get into his element. So you heard us talk about him being a pastor. You heard us talk about him being a Christian comedian. You heard us talk about him being the spouse of our beautiful Leora. I want to talk about, and we talked about the Elevation Radio 1 and your controversial understandings. You've introduced me to many folks since we've been in contact and knowing one another. And I'm very honored and humbled that you would place me before many of the folks that you have. One such figure would be Reverend Wright down in Texas. Reverend Wright, he's out here freedom fighting. And how did you and Reverend Wright come to know one another? And tell us a funny story if you got one.
Well, it may not be funny to them, but when I got to the hospital, they told me I had to go to Vita to dialysis. I was not happy at all with that situation. And so, because when I went in there, it was like a chop shop. They greeted me at the door, yelling and screaming at me that I was supposed to be there at 2:45 and not 3 o'clock. And I said, this is what I was told. Listen, you talk to my person, don't yell at me. I don't play. Okay, give me the customer service, because once I found out how much I was paying out of my insurance, $4,000 a quarter. I told somebody, I said, if I came here, why can't you get here on time? Why can't you? I said, listen, if I came here butt naked, it should be fine. Okay. All the money you get out of me, paying for grandchildren stuff. So,
oh my goodness.
So, they not. So, and I've had to deal with people's disrespect. Sometimes they've taken too much fluid and stuff off me when I tell them not to, and then I wake up and I can't get out of the chair. Wake up and I'm sick. I can't drive, and they don't care. As long as you get out, so we can close the door and go home, because they work 15 hours and they never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, they're quite a bit. It's funny. It's not funny, but it's interesting that you bring up the Vita dialysis. There are many folks that are can relate to that story. I'm sure. You know, I was just writing something, and I've just asked to appear on WPFW tomorrow. That's right. Palms up to that, and thank you, Sister Nia, Tuax, who was just on the show last week. But you know, it's interesting. There are so many people who can relate to, you know, having asthma challenges, having kidney challenges, having heart challenges in our communities. You know, we seem to suffer with a lot, and I refuse to believe that it doesn't have something to do with, you know, a larger narrative. We have so many folks that are capitalizing off of our living and our being and our existence. And so palms up to you and all of our folks out there who have to endure these types of situations and understandings. We are a nation that needs to change. We are a nation that needs to change. So with that said, Pastor Turner, you and I had lunch about maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, and one of the things that I asked you was, are you ready to take this ride with me? And your answer was,
oh, I mean, it's set up right. Okay. Lord have mercy. I said
too much fun.
I said yes, and then I thought about it all the way home, but I still said yes.
You know, we're about breaking down stereotypes. They said to be more in DC, you know, we don't do things together. We don't care for one another. But I've been seeing more be more, and then I have been seeing DC as of late, and the devil is a liar, because I'm so honored and eager that you're going to be joining the team, and the team that we're speaking of is the Rhonda Hamilton for DC Mayor 2020. What is it, 6? Yes, wow, we got 4 years 4 years before we're going to go back down there, and we're not going to go down there lightly. So Pastor Turner is a soldier like that. Pastor Turner is already pounding the pavement, already putting information in front of folks, already lining it up. And I'm so honored and so excited. So I just wanted to let it out the bag, because this is where we're going to build from this platform as we grow forward and as we meet folks. But the thing is to make sure that everybody in our pathway understands that it's going to take all of us, and it doesn't do us any good to talk about it on the sidelines, or to be, you know, laughing at the jokes, and then you don't show up in support when the real things are going on in our community. So I'm really looking forward on going on this journey with you, and talking about a journey. You're not even done. What is this? You over there filling in for somebody else at the Coyote Man show? Come on, man. What's your other job? You must have some African in your blood.
I was set up again by Coyote. He called me and he said, I want you to, this is how he talks to me, I want you to go down to the studio and be a guest on somebody's show. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, have you talked to the host? He said, no, they don't know. But I want you to do it. So I get there, and he's surprised. So that's what you get when you try to surprise me. He's surprised that the host knows me. And I said, hey, Pastor Rulock, how you doing? He said, hey, Pastor Turner, how you doing? And so we're friends. And so I did the first program, and when it was over with, he looked at me and said, can you do me a favor? I said, what's that? He says, can you be my co-host? I was like, really? Every Saturday? As long as I get out of time to do my program, I guess it's all right. And so he took me to dinner after 3 or 4 weeks. Mm-hmm. You know, feed me is
yeah, that's the way to get you. That's your kryptonite. I hear you. I hear you, Superman.
It's got to be going. So now, okay.
So, you were speaking clear. Now your signal's getting a little dicey.
She didn't catch it though. I said.
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm.
She didn't catch it.
She didn't catch
it. But I know Pastor Ross came. So what I'm saying is that she awake. Okay, so what I'm saying is that he just and then he said me a favor. I said, "What's that?" He says, "I want you to take up my show because I'm going to Africa." I said, "Oh." He said, "It was Thursday then." He said, "I'm leaving." I said, "Well, what's Saturday?" He said, "I'm talking about Saturday. You gonna leave this Saturday?" And how long are you staying? For 3 months.
Well, you know that phone. Let me stop you because you saying a good thing. That phone is messing up on your, or the connection's messing up. All this time it's been crystal clear, and now we can't hear what you're saying. Let's see if we can adjust. Can you say something?
Okay.
Yeah.
I will take Pastor Rollins. Okay.
We're losing the one half of your joke. So if you're trying to be funny, we missed it.
Oh,
Thumbs up. Hey, Pastor Cole, you kind of quiet. You kind of quiet. Talk to us a little bit. Talk to Pastor Turner about your thoughts on his humor as we sat there and supported him up there and went all the way, drove all the way in them God-forsaken woods at night. Drove
I
all the
tell
way
you,
down that
boy.
Beltway. All cold outside. We got in there though. No,
Yeah, we got in there. We
Yeah, we
we
did.
got
Yeah,
into
we
the
did.
place. We got into the place and tried to take over. Mm-mm.
you said the
When's your
play?
next show? Do you have another show coming up, Pastor Turner?
No, no. Uh,
No.
since I don't pick these, I usually just my host was happening. Kelly say, "Hey, will you free so and so and so and so?" You know, that kind of thing. So,
So, okay, so then we don't have another comedy show. I know we have another Elevation Radio 1 show. And speaking of another Elevation Radio show, aren't you getting ready to be roasted again? Isn't it about time for you to take another trip around the world?
Ooh, I see.
so we're really excited. Yeah, so yes, it is. And on the 26th, I got this year, the first time
Hold
it's
up,
going to be
Pastor.
live.
You gotta adjust. Maybe your head to the right now. Move it to the left or something. Because we want to hear what you're saying. We're losing you. When is the date for the roast? And the roast is representative of your birthday. And is it in a fundraising type of
Fundraiser, 61st birthday, and also the 5th anniversary of Elevation Radio 1. And
understanding?
the fundraiser for all ministries. That's on the 20th of May at the Coyote Man Studio in the river. And it's $20 for tickets are being sold. So I'll tell you about this. You can't just try
I'm
to
your
afford.
friend. I gotta stop you because I'm your friend, and you're gonna look at this on the replay and say, "Why didn't she say something?" Right about now, you sound like Charlie Brown's teacher.
The teacher. Wah, 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 wah.
Thumbs up. This technology, it will do it. I don't even know what it's about. You've been sitting there just as still the whole time with no problem, and now we're trying to get the good information, trying to get the goods out. Palms up. Pastor Turner is having a birthday roast, and Pastor Turner, if you work with us because something's going on with the communication. You said that roast is coming up. Is it this Saturday or next Saturday?
May 27th.
May.
27th.
Okay, May 25th. Awesome.
27th.
No,
The
27th.
27th.
Well, I told you I can't look. This is May 27th,
Yes.
right? And I heard you, I saw that it's going to be in 2 parts, right?
right.
Okay. You're going to do the first half on Elevation 1?
No. First half is in the Coyote Band studio,
Okay.
live roasting with professional comedians, Howard G. and Ricky Shepard, and Pastor Derek DeWitt and Queen Jackie and the Coyote Band. And then on the next day, on the 28th, on Sunday, it's a call-in on the radio, Elevation Radio 1. And the host will be Dr. Fred Newsom and Dr. Jr., who'll be refereeing all call-in.
Well, I know Coyote got out on you last time. I'm sorry that I missed it, but I heard all about it. And look, you're going to have to make sure to get us some material on that and some info so that we can push it through our network because the connection for whatever reason. But, that's just the devil trying to be busy, but he's not going to stop this good word because the God we serve is in control, palms up. Hey, Pastor Turner, before we get out of here, we've talked about you being a Christian comedian. We've talked about your work in the pulpit as well as the Praise Unlimited business that you have. And then we also talked about the understanding of your upcoming roast that is going to be in honor of your birthday. Now, when we get to this age, do we tell how old, or is it a secret? Or do you start going backwards?
No, women, I just told her, 61.
Oh, okay. So tell me this, what birthday is this for you?
61.
Woo! Knock me out. 61? Look, I gotta rethink that. I don't think is that senior citizen status?
I know I look at so I'm blessed.
No, he got a couple of more years for his senior
got a
citizen
couple
status.
more. Okay, he got a couple
years.
more. So you can't hang your
before I get to that cold.
Look,
he said I should go to the sofa.
Yeah, you know that technology over there. It's amazing that we got through a whole show. We get right here to the end and it starts acting up. Hey, Pastor Turner, I'm so excited. We're going to be able to spend forever with you because you're going to be on this journey with us, and I'm so honored that you have accepted and have agreed to do so. I can't wait until word gets out and we start really pounding the pavement. I know that you're on our team, and I know that you're going to make it happen. I'm so proud of that. Tell folks where they can get the Newsome tickets or Newsome information. Give folks a good understanding of that, and then go right into the understanding. Oh, your communication's messing up. So if it messes up, will you promise to send us an update? I know you sent quite a bit of messages, but at 4 a.m, I'm not coherent enough. So I have to go back and try to find it.
No. Well, everyone know. Breaking news. You called me on 50 in the morning. Why was she kind of sleep? Do you remember that?
You say you got breaking news?
Yeah, that you called me. My office is at 1:50 in the morning. Do you recall?
You guys send me a text. I'm sorry. You know, just like we had to tape this on the Zoom, I guess we got to keep it real. That connection over there is acting up. Something is not happy about the positioning of where your phone is. Because
no, I think it's not post. Don't blame me. I'm okay. I have an Android. I have an Android.
Well, Pastor Cole, do you want to interpret for us? Because I can't understand what's happening on that.
The satellite is acting up. The satellite is acting up.
Satellite won't them people get off that phone and go on. And I think that's the good old Stacey White on hold over there, all quiet, as they say, ear hustling. But I think I saw her face. If not, welcome guest, whoever that is on the phone there with us. It's just another week of the Palms Up show, and sometimes it's just not gonna go the way it's supposed to go.
Anything liable to happen on
Palms
Up.
Palms Up. I knew it, Palms Up. I tell you, these eyes haven't gone yet. That's a board member for Healthy DC and me hanging out and make sure we doing our job. I know that's right, Palms Up. Hey guys, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I want you to know that just like we just sat here and talked to Pastor Turner, who is a very dedicated soul, who's wearing a lot of hats. You heard him talk about his dialysis and how he himself has to understand his treatments and still keep things moving. I want you guys to take that as motivation and know that we're all somewhere in the struggle. And some days it's not all going to go right, but you don't give up the fight. Palms up. And that's why we do the work, because we want you to know we're just everyday people, and we're taking our challenges and our ailments with us, and we're still making it happen. So palms up to you, Pastor Turner, for jumping on that stage and being the performer that you know to be. I'm very honored that you are going to be marching and stomping with us. I'm so glad you didn't hold it against me for just now getting you on this platform. But honestly, I didn't think I made the cut. I mean, Mr. Elevation Radio 1 and all. He got the former mayor on his show and stuff. He's so notorious that they try to steer clear of Pastor Turner because he'll let them have it. Hey guys, I want you to check out that Elevation Radio 1 show. Comes on Saturdays, Pastor Turner, at what time?
5:30.
5 to 6,
5:30.
and what is the
5:30.
you 5:30? And how would they get it? The Elevation Radio 1 station? How would they get to it?
They could Google search it. They could also go to www.blogtalkradio.com /Elevation Radio 1.
Okay. And we're going to make sure, guys, on our website, on the healthydcandme.org, we have a Palms Up TV page. When you go to the Palms Up TV page, it's going to give you an option to scroll down and look at the archive shows. So we always put our guest info and their links there so you'll be able to reach them again. Hey guys, I thank you so much for your patience with this crazy Palms Up platform. Each week we never know what we're going to run into, but just know we're always prepared with some wonderful guests that want to come on and let you know what the word is and let you know that our network is growing every day. And that's right, we're running in 2026. And what you're looking at is the man that's going to go on that street and make it happen. He will not take no for an answer. We are excited to have him aboard, and we're going to build upon it. So welcome, Pastor Turner. Good luck with your continued Christian comedy. We're going to keep supporting you. I'm going to try to make it out there for the birthday. At least get on the phone for the birthday roast since I missed it last year. But in the meantime, you keep on keeping on. I keep you in my prayers with all that you do. You're such a soldier like that. Is there anything that we haven't touched on before we get out of here?
I come back because you can't hear me.
Yeah, no. I tell you what, you better write it down and send me a letter about it because I'm sorry, you're the comedian.
It'll be a scroll.
You gonna put it on a scroll?
Look, I don't know what's going on in Baltimore with them satellites and stuff, but somebody got to do something because we can't hear y'all. Look, I can't talk. We down here can't get on Facebook.
He talked about the mayor and it started going crazy when he talked about their mayor.
Yeah.
Well, he is controversial. He is controversial, so that doesn't surprise me. Being a former Popo and all, ain't no telling who we got on this line.
You got a lot of outlets over there in DC. So,
we don't have no room to talk. I know that's right. And that's why
I used to work over there. I used to work over there.
Oh yeah. Oh, you told me about that. So that on K Street.
No, I went on K last time, but this is on E Street first time. You know what's on E Street?
Well, I tell you what. I don't remember. I wish I knew what you said. Like I said, we about to start sign language. I don't understand Palms Up out there, but I tell you what, we welcome the opportunity for you to come back to DC so you can get back acclimated because we got some work to do, all jokes aside. And I want you to know that, again, we are so honored and thankful that you took time out of your busy schedule to stop past the Palms Up show. Guys, remember that he is what's the title that you have for the Newsome show again? Who are you?
The National Sales Director.
The National Sales Director. And so what that means is that the National Sales Director probably gets a discount. So if you're buying a lot of tickets, you might want to hold him to the fire and see if he can't get you some discounts so you can get down to that Newsome Awards and support them. Palms Up again to the beautiful Newsome Awards. And thank you. I'm so honored to be a part of the Alumni Club, the Alumni Queen Club, and Palms Up to Queen Jennifer. I understand that they're going to be crowning the first King Award this year to Gary. Hey, we got to keep the Palms Up going. And I understand that there's so many other award recipients. So shout out to everyone. Palms Up. We got the man. The man is on the platform. And you guys are going to learn more about that as you see our campaign start to unfold. Things are still going crazy down at that city, and there's so much to talk about. And don't you think for 1 minute, because we coming on this Palms Up show having fun and laughing, that we not keeping our eye on the prize. I know that Marbury Plaza judgment came out at, what was it? They ordered to pay 50% of the rents while that management get things together. I'm just saying, Palms Up, if you call that justice, okay, we still got work to do, because as long as they sat up there living in asbestos, mold, and rodents, I tell you, they shouldn't be paying anything. So we've got to do something to make sure that what this city is calling justice for our tenants who've been living like that they understand that the bar has to be raised. So we want to keep on making noise, raising our voices, and we must vote. And so we've already started to bring in reinforcements. You're looking at one such on this platform tonight, Pastor Stephen Turner, and I've chosen a pastor because I believe in the word of God. I believe in this mission I've been called to do, and I want to make certain that I keep folk around me that understand that we've got to do this the right way. People are sick of the compromised leaders that say they're going to do something and don't do it. Palms up to you guys. I invite you guys to get involved and be a part of our platform so that you can help us bring about change. Hey guys, just like that, we have wrapped up another week. We're going to upload this to the feed, and hopefully you guys are going to support it and share it for us. Thank you so much to Pastor Stephen Turner, who has now put us on shadow mode, so I guess we didn't talk too much. You know you talk too much when the guests take their face off. I tell you. Pastor Cole, I can't do nothing with him. He's getting ready for his roasting. He gonna get it back. He gonna get it back, honestly, so I'm not even worried. They got them faces coming back. All we got to do is say we get ready to end and everybody show up. Hey, Pastor Cole, talk to us a little bit before we get out of here. Any message any words you want to give us before we leave?
Well, I would say that I appreciate this opportunity, and I would probably need 2 or 3 shows if I talked about all my experiences. But I'll just say that I'm glad that God has kept me alive through it all. And I'm glad I'm meeting new people, and there's life after death. And that's very important. And so if anyone who's dealing with depression before it gets into suicidal levels, just understand that God can pull you out, and he will make folks remember you and call you at the right time, because that's how I was saved myself, for folks calling me and checking on me and seeing how things were going, even after all of the services were done. And so I appreciate that.
Yes. Well, we love you, and palms up. We're going to keep on checking on you and keep you busy, because you're a good soul. You got plenty of time before you have to think about doing anything other than what you're doing today. And you're right. We need another show to talk about all your accolades and how old you turning. 61, you said? Palms up. I love you. I know, right? I just like to keep you smiling. Hey guys, it's your girl. And just like that, the Palms Up show is wrapping up. I want you guys to know that we are saying goodbye to another wonderful soul, and next week we're going to bring you another one, and we're going to keep doing this until you realize that we are all in this together, and we all got something wonderful to talk about and share. Pastor Turner, thanks so much. I look forward to talking to you over the weekend. We get ready to get on the road tonight, go up to New Orleans for our wealth building conference, and so we'll be bidding you adieu before the week is out from New Orleans, and maybe we'll give you guys a sneak peek. Hey, Stacey White, shout out to the board member showing up in the background, showing her support. I got that article you sent me, and yes, our teams are checking into these crazy emergency rooms and dealing with their trauma and mental health. Guys, don't go quiet. Now is the time to keep talking. Thanks, soldier. We love you. We appreciate you. May it's Mental Health Month. Be kind to someone. God bless.
All right. God bless you.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.